Hello and welcome to another video. So we're on to the next part of my card reviews that we're doing. We're just going over all the cards from the new sets, and the next up is Rune and Dragon. So we'll start with Rune, and we have Flame Rat. Start of your turn, deal 1 damage to both leaders. This is not a actual bronze card that you can actually get normally. This is spawned off of one of the other cards, which we'll get to soon. So, Enchanted Library, countdown 2 at the end of your turn, put a random spell. This card's going to be awesome. As an amulet, Enchanted Library, drawing you any spell from your deck. That's awesome. I can't go wrong with that. Mage of Nightfall, Earthright, gain +1/+1 and Ambush. That's pretty average. Not bad. It's going to work alright in an Earthright style deck. Dazzling Healer, Fanfare, restore 1 defense to all allied followers. Spell Boost, restore 1 more. Great if you want to refill the board's health. Not so great overall. I'd say it might work in heavy control style decks, but that's it. Halo Golem, I keep feeling I can just click over here. Anyway, Earthright, deal 3 damage to an enemy. Definitely not bad. I'm very interested in Halo Golem just because it looks bloody awesome and I love the artwork. And Earthright should be an interesting deck to build, so it'd be nice if you could fit this in. Next up, Magic Illusionist. Last word, perform Earthright, summon a Magic Illusionist. So, if you have a Earth Sigil on the board, you have Magic Illusionist, it's going to recycle itself pretty much. But you need to keep adding Earthright. So it's definitely going to be a good card and something you could probably fit in most decks. We got Freshman Lou, Fanfare, put a random card with Spell Boost from your deck into your hand. Okay, yeah. That's basically a free grab at any card that has Spell Boost. So you need D-Shift? Oh, Freshman Lou. You need Daria? Freshman Lou. You know, there's so many cards that you can use this for. But actually, they might not be that good in the end because there's probably going to be a lot of spell boost cards you're running in those decks. So it'll be interesting to see whether it fits in a nice balance. So I've got to think both ways. Enchanted Sword, a 7-drop. Give an allied follower +2/+2. Subtract 0 from the cost of this card. Spell boost, subtract 1 more. This card I can see being run in pretty much any style deck. You run it in D-Shift, you run it in Daria, you know, you're dropping it to 0. You're giving whatever you're playing +2/+2, and that can give you the extra damage you need to push for game. Chimera, see, when I first reviewed this card or looked at this card, I don't see it as being that good. The people I talked to about it, they had said, you know, yeah, it's a 9-drop, and it's going to be amazing because you can subtract it to 0. And yeah, that's true, but I still think 9 is too high. You're going to want to boost other cards that have a lot easier way to boost them. So this could work. It would probably work in Daria more than D-Shift, personally, because you're going to be able to boost Chimera lower, easier with the follower support that you don't normally use in D-Shift. So, I don't know. I'm still a bit iffy on this card, but it may end up being quite good. Next we have Magic Girl Melvin. Melvi? I don't know. Anyway. Fanfare, both players draw until each player has 7 cards in their hand. Not bad. You know, good draw card, early, mid-game. You're going to cycle out your entire hand. Could work quite well. I could see this working in both Earthright and D-Shift. Or maybe not D-Shift. D-Shift already runs a lot of draws. Maybe Daria, in case you run out of cards and don't pull a Daria. So it could work. Definitely interesting. Mutagenic Bolt. This is where the Flame Rats come in. So 6-drop spell. Transform all enemy followers into Flame Rats. So the Flame Rats then deal damage to the opponent based on who controls them, obviously. So that's really interesting. I don't mind that card as a board clear / damage dealer. Then we have Elder Mage of Dragon Lore. Fanfare, summon a dragon. Earthright, summon a Windblast dragon instead. So there's not much difference between a dragon and Windblast, except for the fact that I'm pretty sure Windblast has Storm, so that actually makes it a lot better, so it will be interesting. Hulking Giant. This is probably the most interesting card, I think. I really want to run this in the deck. Fanfare, discard all Earth Sigils from your hand and gain +2/+2 for each discarded card. Cannot be targeted by enemy spells and effects. So you can make this huge and it can't be targeted. It can only be attacked or destroyed by area of effect spells like Decree and things. But that's awesome and I can't wait to give that card a go. Next we have Word Wilder Ginger. So this is another interesting card for Rune, and one that I really want to mess around with. Fanfare. Change the cost of all followers in your hand to 0. Allied followers can't attack the enemy leader. Allied followers and amulets. Fanfare's Necromancy, Enhance, and Earthright abilities. that activate upon being played from the hand will not activate. These effects will last until the end of the turn this card is played. Oh, wow. Well, actually, yeah, so this card isn't that bad. It's definitely interesting. I can't wait to see it played. You're basically going to be able to play everything from your hand for 0. You're not going to get any abilities, but it's definitely going to be interesting. I feel like this last part, wasn't in this last time I reviewed it, but maybe it was and I just skipped over it. But it's definitely cool, and that's very interesting, and I can't wait to see more cards like this come out. So I look forward to hopefully pulling these cards tomorrow. So if you guys haven't already heard, I will be doing a live stream and opening 70 packs. So you guys can go check that out tomorrow. Normal time, 12 PM, streaming schedule. As soon as the maintenance ends, we should be doing it. Alright. The first card for Dragon is Dragon's Nest, a card that I thought would be really overpowered, and turns out with rewording is actually really shitty. So it says, at the start of your turn, restore 2 defense to your leader, draw a card, and destroy this amulet if Overflow is active for you. So, this needed to be reworded completely so that it was, if Overflow is active, at the start of your turn, restore 2 defense and draw a card, and then destroy this amulet. So that should have been reworded that way, because that's how it works. So, you can't play this unless you have Overflow, because you're not going to gain anything off it. Or you play this the turn before Overflow, probably turn 6, so that it pops turn 7. You only get to draw 1 card. You only get to restore 2 defense and draw 1 card. That's it, and then it destroys itself. So I don't view this as being that valuable or useful. So we'll go on to the next card. Dragoon Scyther. We got a, what is it? It's a 3-drop 2/2, not too bad. Bane, Fanfare, gain Storm if Overflow is active. So it's another Storm gain, so it's not bad, not great. Aquanerid, Fanfare, summon a Megalorca. I can't wait to see Ocean Dragon. I really want to build Ocean Dragon so bad, and this kind of card will be amazing for it. It'll be a very meme style deck, but I think it'll be fun. Next we have Hippocampus, which is just a ward, and when it evolves it doesn't have ward, which is something we don't usually see. You don't usually see stuff lose abilities that much, but it's definitely interesting. So a 3/5, and then when you evolve it, it does gain a nice stat boost of +4 to the attack, which is probably why it loses ward. So it's definitely interesting and not bad. Then we got Wind Reader Zeal, which is a silver evolve effect. Give an allied follower Storm if Overflow is active for you. So give Storm if Overflow is active. Not much to say about that. That's really quite good. It can work really well with lots of synergies, especially late game at turn 10, or with just 10 PP in general, will work quite well. Then we have Wrath Drake, one that I really love the art for and wish that I could have something that amazing as my artwork. Fanfare, deal 1 damage to all other followers. Enhance 8, deal 3 damage instead. So, another board clear. That's pretty much it. Nothing much more to say about that. Venomous Pythworm. I don't know how you pronounce that. That's really weird. Anyway, at the end of your turn, randomly discard 1 of the lowest cards in your hand and gain +2/+2. So, not bad. 5-drop, average stats, gains +2/+2 by discarding a card. Could work in a discard dragon. Might see play. I'm not 100% though. And we got the one and only Blue Eyes White Dragon. Oh wait, no, that's a different card game. Anyway, Lightning Blast. Banish an enemy follower or amulet. Enhance 10. Banish all enemy followers and amulets. This card gonna become staple. Full stop. There's nothing else. Like, Lightning Blast is basically an Odin as a spell, which costs 2 less. And when you can run this and Odin, you're gonna allow yourself to open up at least 6 banishes. Plus the enhanced 10 effect. So when you do have 10, you can just banish the entire board. Like, all your enemy stuff gone. That's it. You know, all amulets gone, all followers gone. You know, everything except Argus, because Argus is bloody crazy, but we'll get to that when we get to Haven. Alright, so that card is going to be amazing. We got Dragon Slayer's price. So discard your hand, deal 5 damage to all followers. It's another board clear. Not as good as Salamander, I don't think. But it'll be interesting to see if this works in any kind of discard dragon at all, but probably not. We have Rahab. Yeah, okay. At the end of your turn, gain +1/+0 each of the remaining play point orbs. Interesting card. Played on turn 10, you're going to get a good boost. Played on turn 4, you're going to get nothing. And played on turn 5, you're going to get a little bit. So, not the best. Interesting, but yeah. Can't wait to see if that actually sees any kind of play at all. Phoenix Raider Aina. Storm, Fanfare gain +1/+0 for each other follower in play. So this adds all the followers from your board, all the followers from your opponent's board, and then gives you extra attack. Plus Storm. So on the best at turn 6, you're going to be playing this. You're going to be getting 5 from your opponent and 4 from your own board, giving you 9, plus the Evolve, giving you +2. So you're going to be having an 11/11 at least. Sorry, 11/11, 12/12, sorry, at least, if you're on the optimal board. And at worst, you're probably going to want to play this with 2 to 3 followers on board, giving it a slight boost up to about a 6 to 7 range, and that's a good amount of damage for Dragon. And I accidentally clicked off that, and I apologize for that. So we're on to the first legendary, the Water Worm. So, Fanfare, gain an empty play point orb if this card is played on your 5th turn or later, sorry. At the end of your turn, restore 3 defense to your leader if Overflow is active for you. Interesting card, not bad, a smaller Lucifer, lower cost, and gains a play point orb as long as it's the 5th turn or later. I can see this being played quite regularly, even maybe taking over Lucifer's spot as your healing card. So, definitely be an alright card to play. And probably one of my favourite Dragon cards outside of Lightning Blast is Ouroboros. So, what have I got to say about this? It's an 8-drop, 8/4, 10/6 evolved. Fanfare, deal 3 damage to an enemy. Last word, restore 3 defense to your leader, then put an Ouroboros in your hand. It's basically, as long as it doesn't get banished, that's going to be infinitely recyclable. So you're going to constantly be able to play it. You're going to be constantly able to kill something on the board because you're going to be playing this. You're going to be restoring 3 defense every time it does die. And you can rush it, you can ram it into your opponent, you can have an 8/4 that has to be cleared because you're going to deal that much damage to face. Overall, I would say this is a good card. I would say this is above average and very well balanced. So, this card's awesome. So, hope you enjoyed me going over those cards. Next up is Shadow and Blood. Blood being one of the main classes I want to cover because I love Blood a lot. So, I'll catch you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed this video. Check out the next one coming out soon. And I'll see you.